than maybe it first appears. Dinosaurs, Neanderthals, let's make this clearer. Didn't live together, came from different eras. That's not all I can tell you, so much more to be known about the many faces in the ages of stone. Shooby-dooby-doo-wop, it's all the rage. Just diddly-bop-doo-wop, brush up on your stone age. Oh yeah, alright. It's fine to define an era Paleolithic, but you're gonna have to be a little more specific. Do you mean lower, when ancient beings first used tools? Or middle Paleolithic, when Neanderthal ruled? That's when Homo sapiens starts to emerge. But just in Africa, it's long before the global surge. Not till upper Paleolithic, 40,000 years ago, did Neanderthal and Homo sapiens say hello. Neanderthal and Homo sapien, living in caveman harmony. Language was invented, cave painting art. Then Paleolithic ended, which meant the start of phase two. Be-doo-be-doo-wop, turn a new page. Skibbly-bop-doo-wop, hug up on the Stone Age. Oh yeah, alright. This is where it starts to get all scientific. Paleolithic's followed by the era Mesolithic. Then Neanderthals are wiped out by the Ice Age, terrific. After which the Neolithic age was terrific. Man learned to farm, built homes so he could settle. Then some other folks turned up and they discovered metal. Beaker men from Europe and found bronze and outgrown the simple and traditional ways of stone. Bronze Age was invented, by now man was flying, cause hard on its heels came the age of iron. Celts, Druids, religion and Rome. But now a distant memory, those ages of stone. Shooby-dooby-doo-wop, since that metallic stage. Skiddly-bop-doo-wah, there was no more Stone Age. Shooby-dooby-doo-wop, now you know what is known about the many phases of the ages of stone. Yeah!
Welcome back, year 3. I hope you had a great half term. No, I haven't had a haircut for a while. However, this is all because we're starting our new topic. Our topic of all about the Stone Age. So I thought I'd better be appropriately dressed to meet you this morning to start us all off on our work for this week. So we're going to start our first reading lesson. It's all about looking at non-fiction texts and to gain as much information as you can about the Stone Age. So we're going to have a look then at this objective today. Can I find the features of non-fiction texts? Having a look at the front cover, so this is the book we're going to be using this week. What's it going to be about? I asked you if it's going to be fiction or non-fiction. I think from our objective we can tell it's going to be a non-fiction text. That's what we're using this week. What's it going to be about? What does the information on the front cover tell us? Okay, we have got a picture of Stonehenge. We have got a picture of cave drawings here. Do you see the different animals in the picture? And the title is Stone Age to Iron Age. So it's going to talk to you and inform you all about the Stone Age and the ages that follow on from that. Just like the great horrible history song that we listened to talked about, there are different ages that the early humans went through. Okay, so we're going to start off thinking, can we remember the features of a non-fiction text? What if I opened up a non-fiction book and I looked at the book and on the pages, what would I find? How would it be laid out? What different variety of items would you find on the page? Can you have a think? Okay, well, I can reveal then that you would find a heading, so the very top of the part of the page, telling you about what the page is going to be about. Fact boxes, pictures, captions, technical vocabulary, subheadings. Let's have a look at what that looks like on a page then. So this is the page then, it's the very first page of the book. Who were the first Britons? And instantly, if we look at our list of items, do we have a heading? Do we have pictures? And with those pictures, do you have captions? Who can remember what a caption is? Let's choose one of them then. Let's have a look at this one here. Hand axes, or this picture here. Hand axes like this flint one, fitted in the hand. They were used to cut meat, scrape hides, clean and dig for roots. Mrs. Smith needs her glasses back on. Okay, so that is the caption that goes with this picture, gives you information about the picture. Let's have a look at go back to our list again. We've got the heading, we had pictures and captions. Fact boxes. Do we have any fact boxes on the page? A box of facts is a fact box. Have a look. Technical vocabulary and subheadings. Okay. What's missing from this page? What don't we have an example on this page? Yes, we don't have any subheadings on this page. Not all non-fiction books have them, but some do. It's a useful tool to have as a heading here. This paragraph tells you what that paragraph's going to be about, doesn't it, by having a subheading. This particular page doesn't have subheadings. Right. I'm going to show you a video now. The video is all about how we find out about what life was like in the Stone Age. Hopefully get you into the topic a bit more, give you some more information, because that's all we're trying to do this week, is use our reading lessons to get as much information as we can.
A very long time ago, in ancient Britain, there were no written words. This was the time before history was recorded. It's prehistory. The only clues to life back then come from the objects, burials, cave paintings, and monuments which speak to us about Britain's ancient past. My name is Wk7. I'm an archaeologist, and I'm in search of Britain's ancient voices. Thousands of years ago, back in the early Stone Age, people were what we call hunter-gatherers. They hunted animals and used their skin for clothing, their bones for tools, and of course ate what was left over. But the diet mainly consisted of nuts, berries, fruit, and wild plants that they gathered in the forest. Then towards the end of the Stone Age, a new idea began to spread across Britain: farming. Instead of following or tracking animals over long distances, people began to settle and stay in one place. People from Europe brought new animals such as goats and sheep, like this rare breed. They're much smaller than the ones that we see today. People also started clearing trees from the forest to create areas to grow wheat and barley. Up until now, people had lived in caves or tents made out of animal skins and wood, which could be broken down and transported easily. Now they were settling in one place. They began to build homes which were meant to last. This is a replica Neolithic house from over 4,500 years ago. But how do we know they look like this?
When you excavate, you find marks in the ground, post holes, where the posts that support the house have been in the past. We don't find any evidence above ground, but from that we can put together a picture of how we think the house would have looked.
Oh wow, I didn't expect it to be so big inside. It's very dark in here, isn't it?
It is quite dark. You get the light from the fire, but of course there aren't any windows.
Being able to light a fire was something really important, which Stone Age people had learned, not just to keep them warm, but for cooking food as well. The walls are made from wattle and daub.
This is wattle, the woven wood, that's very strong, and then we cover it with daub. This is daub, and that's going to be a drafting screw to keep the cold air out and keep the warmth in the house. And you just push it on and smooth it on.
The daub is made out of animal manure, mud, hay, and water.
It's not very smelly though, is it? No. Once it's been lying in the field for a while, the manure doesn't really smell very much, and once it's dried anymore, it doesn't smell at all.
It's quite weird. It's like having heavily mud in your hand that you're just flinging at a wall. But not all Neolithic homes would have looked like this. In Skara Brae, a settlement on the Orkney Islands in Scotland, homes were made out of stone because there were no trees for wood. They even had stone cupboards and beds. The Stone Age lasted for nearly 3.5 million years. By the end of this period, people had come a really long way. They'd invented farming, lived in proper homes, and they used fire for cooking and keeping themselves warm. This was a tremendous achievement and essential to the future survival.
Okay, so hopefully that's giving you a bit of a chance to see what life was like in the Stone Age. And starting to look at it, we're going to build it up as we go through the week. So let's go back to our page. We're looking at this page and we're looking at the features of the page. That's your task for today, please. If we go forward, then I'm going to ask you to read the whole of this text, to look through as much information as you can, find out what tools they had, how they found food, and then once you've finished reading the text, you're going to colour code it. Now, we've done that before at school, haven't we? So I've got the words here, the features in different colours, and then what you'll do is you will colour in the heading. You've got green here, so you would then colour code your heading with a green pencil. If you haven't got the colours, then you can always just annotate it and write the word heading next to the heading, can't you, instead? Fact box in the blue, pictures with brownie colour. So again, you would just then put a line, a brown line around the outside of the picture. Don't need to colour the whole of the picture, just box it around with the brown pencil. Simplified, then you've got the labels given to you and you can stick those on in the right places for today's task. Okay, so this is a wig. I'm going to get rid of it now and put my glasses back on so I can see properly, and I will be back again tomorrow looking a little bit more like Mrs. Smith normally does and not as scary hair as it is today. Okay, thank you very much, Year 3. I hope you get involved in enjoying the new topic of Stone Age. And as always, handing in by 3:30 if you can do. And our next available ready for you, ready for Tuesday's reading lesson. Thank you, Year 3.